guys, Claudia Balafato here with JD Rashi on your Auburn Doubledays pregame show brought to you by Coluga Community College. JD, final game of the series against the Connecticut Tigers. Strong game one offensive-wise for the Auburn Doubledays. Kind of against all of the odds. Me and Jack were saying running on a minimal sleep without Rocket as their manager. And Connecticut kind of looking like less of a threat on the field than on paper. And then, of course, last night game two, a tough loss for the Doubledays. Kind of sloppy all around for both teams. 7 errors altogether, and the Tigers with 5 of those errors. The Doubledays kind of missed those second chances to turn things around.
The Doubledays had a couple of opportunities. They did make one comeback to get back into the ball game, tie the game up, but then a couple of runs, 5 runs between the 8th and the 9th inning, 1 in the 8th, and then 4 in the 9th inning for the Connecticut Tigers. They pick up the win. I wouldn't say the pitching was bad in this game. You know, Nelson Galindez wasn't necessarily as sharp as we've seen him at times this season, but I do want to hit on the first man out of the bullpen for the Doubledays. That was Gilberto Chu. He was absolutely stellar. 3 strong innings, kind of got into a little bit of trouble in the 4th inning, but he had 6 strikeouts. The fastball was humming in there, looked really good. The curveball was sharp. It was cutting in on all the corners. He was painting corners and hitting his spots. And then maybe the most impressive pitch he had yesterday was the changeup, which is not something you typically expect from a left-hander at this level, to have a really good changeup. That's kind of more of a right-handed pitch at this level. Be really, really good with the change. But Gilberto Chu was absolutely awesome yesterday.
And like I said, as a whole, the Tigers had 5 errors. So maybe not their best game, but of course they came out with the win. Which players individually really stood out for you?
I'm going to go with the number 5 overall pick in this year's 2019 draft. He's 18 years old, out of high school in Florida. That's Riley Green. He had 3 hits yesterday. He was an absolute monster. 1 hit he had off Gilberto Chu, and things started to unravel a little bit for Chu in that inning that he came in and was the 4th inning of work that he was supposed to go for. It was a hot shot grounder right back up the middle. He hit it so hard, Green did, that it knocked Chu's glove off of his hand as he tried to field it. Riley Green was sensational. You can see why this kid was the number 1 prospect in terms of hitting in the high school class this year. The bat speed is incredible. He can hit it to all fields. And the question mark was defense for Riley Green. He's played center field each of the last 2 days. He won't be in the lineup tonight for the Connecticut Tigers, but in game 1 he had a fantastic diving catch to rob a Doubleday of extra bases on a line drive to center field. He's played great in this series. He's played great his whole pro career. In the GCL, his first stop in his pro career, hit .341, 2 homers in his first game. He's been just as good, if not better, in the New York Penn League. He has been by far the most impressive guy I've seen in terms of the hitting. In terms of the pitching, it was last night's starter, Jack O'Loughlin. He goes 6 strong innings, gives up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. He was absolutely masterful, had a bunch of strikeouts, really locked down the Doubledays attack.
And pitching tonight for the Doubledays, starting on the mound, Carlos Romero. He's one of the few teenagers on the team, and he looked strong when we saw him last. We didn't really see him for that long, and we played about 2 innings against State College and actually got hurt, which sent him out of that game. But I know we've been seeing him up to that point, you know, in practice and stuff, so what can you expect from him today?
Well, he's your prototypical, I'm going to challenge you with a fastball, see if you can hit it kind of guy. He's a big dude. He's 19 years old and he's 6'6". He's going to come at you with a fastball. He's going to be aggressive and he's going to attack you early in counts. He's going to get ahead in counts, so then he doesn't have to pitch the way that you want him to pitch as the hitter. He gets to pitch the way he wants to pitch, and he gets to go after hitters. Talked to Rocket earlier today. He said the recovery process went great. He did all the right things to kind of get back in the right frame of mind after he got hit in the throwing arm with a ground ball, a hard grounder at State College a couple of weeks ago. First start in about 2 weeks for him. So it'll be interesting to see how the recovery process went, how sharp he looked. The Rockets certainly seemed confident in what Carlos Romero will bring to the mound today.
Lineup today for the Doubledays a little different than yesterday. Some names that we're used to seeing. Sanchez yesterday in his 5th consecutive game reaching base. Ward, a big game 1 of the series we saw for him. And Sinclair, of course, with hits in the last 9 games and on base in the past 12. You got Carrillo, Alou, Pratt. Who do you see as really standing out today?
Well, standing out in general has been Caldioli Sinclair. He's got the 12-game on-base streak, 9-game hitting streak. But for Abner's pick today, I'm going to go with somebody toward the bottom of the lineup who started red hot in his pro career out of Boston College. I'm going to go with Jake Alou. Hasn't been quite as sharp as he was at the beginning of the season when he was on that 7-game on-base and hitting streak. He's kind of fallen off the last couple of games that he's played. He's not an everyday guy, but I really expect Jake Alou to step up at the bottom of the order today.
All right, JD Rashi, Claudia Balafato, thanks for watching the Auburn Doubledays pregame show. Final game of the series against the Connecticut Tigers tonight. Be sure to tune in on FingerLakes1.com and MILB.com with this guy and Jack McMullen. And catch the post-game show right here, brought to you by Cayuga Community College.